And so, put a little thing out there earlier. Some of you responded, giving me the thumbs up to do another beer review tonight. So I'm going to take a look at a beer that comes to me from Beer Man out of Oregon. Usually at this time, we're over in the Eclectic Beer doing a sports show, but we did not have one for this week as we're getting some stuff reset over there. So look forward to that upcoming in the next few weeks. So I had some free time, so I said, well, I'm kick back and drink a beer. I might as well go ahead and take a look at this one. And this is one that I mentioned actually comes from Beer Man out in Oregon. If you haven't checked out Beer Man, make sure you check out his channel. I'll put a link to his channel down below when I update and edit this once the video's done. But a great guy out there in Oregon. Always a fun thing happening with his channel. He always has fun lives. He does great beer reviews and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you show him some love. What is going on, Cuff and Stuff? Cheers, my friend. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope things are well. And what do you got going on in your world tonight? Let me know. This beer here, flip it over so you can check it out. Vicious Mosquito. Cheers, Alan. Eclectic Beer in the house. What's going on, brother? Trying to get people hyped up for when we come back to your channel with the sports show following the NBA All-Star break. So we'll have some fun over there for sure on Tuesday nights. Vicious Mosquito is the India Pale Ale from Sunriver Brewing out of Sunriver, Oregon. First time I've ever heard of this beer, so thanks to Beer Man for getting a new brewery in front of me. This one comes in with a 7% ABV. It also has a IBU level of 70. For those of you not familiar with IBU, that really reflects on the bitterness of the beer itself. Anything usually more than 50, you can expect a little bit more of a bitter bite. Anything under 50, you can often expect it to be a little bit more maltier and sweeter. Although things have kind of changed in the beer world, so that can actually trip you up at some points. We do get a canned-in date on this beer as well. And the can itself, I'll flip it back over here. Just wanted to show you guys the label, what it looked like. And we get to the right camera here. As you know, my camera sometimes sucks. So I'm going to drop the light out on the two cameras. And then that should bring it in a little bit better for you there. That you can see the Vicious Mosquito. A little bit of a reflection, but you know, it is what it is. We work with what we got. So I'm going to look forward to actually trying this one. It doesn't really give you too much about the beer itself. It just basically tells you liberal use of fine Northwest hops defined as resinous IPA. So we should get a nice resiny feel. And it is a West Coast IPA. Cheers to Sparkle Supreme Queen in the house. What is going on? Yes, looking forward to it as well, my friend. We should have some great stuff going on with the sports channel. Cheers, Gilbert. What's going on, brother? Erie said, looking forward to what your awesome wife's showing up, Alan. Well, I'm here. Erie's taking the spotlight. That's how she rolls. What is going on, Erie? So, like many of your IPAs, you'll get that nice golden yellow orange color on this beer. Again, I'm breaking out the IPA glass because it is an IPA. So sometimes people ask if glasses do matter. I think they do for certain styles when it comes to holding in the notes and the aromas. I do like the IPA glasses. Some of the IPA glasses that people like are also the TQ, which I still need to get a TQ glass at some point, but I like how they do cut these ones here as well. 12 ounces into the glass. Here we go. You take a look at it. That nice color on it. Actually, a little bit of a haziness, but not like the haze for days you're used to with some of the other ones. But you do have a nice little bit of a haze, fogginess with the look of it. Some nice carbonation action with the bubbles streaming up. Let's see if I can flip the other camera. That focuses a little bit better, and that might give you a little closer look at some of the bubble action. Carbonation is a little bit lively in there, and you can really see it streaming nicely in the beer itself up to the head. That actually is, I'm going to give it like a 3 to 4 finger, depends on the size of your hands, type head on it. That pretty much sits nice and white and should leave some nice foaminess behind. I expect it to lace the glass a little bit here as well. Aroma wise, definitely get a nice feel of the hops. You do get that resinous quality they make mention of. You get a nice little bit of dankness coming out of here. You know, with some of these beers, you talk about them having like a little bit of a musty type feel. This one has a little bit of that, but it's actually downplayed on it, so it's not overpowering. It doesn't really hit you like some of the other ones that are out there. You get a little bit of that orange type feel. Nice citrus base to it from the hops. A little bit of a sweetness in there as well, kind of like a fruit type sweetness. Taste wise, it's pretty solid. In the mouth, I get a little bit of an orange feel, a little bit of a pineapple feel, a little bit of a grape feel. Like many IPAs, you get a little bit of a drying effect after you swallow there, but it's leaving you with nice remnants of the flavor in the mouth as well. You can really feel it nice in the throat. It does have a nice break from the initial to the finish, a nice crisp cutoff in that regard. Feel a little bit laying around in the tongue a little bit of that syrupy type feel that I get with some of these type of styles, but not overly done in that way either. Really a nice little clean IPA to actually sit back and enjoy. Oh yeah, you get that nice scratchiness on the throat as the beer works its way down. Freshness of the hops is still there. Now this one had a date that was mid-October. We're mid-January. 3 months out, and it's still kicking nicely for this one. You get some guys that they want to drink the IPA within a week or two or whatever it may be. These styles can last longer than that, so don't be afraid too far out there. But at the same point with IPAs, if you're keeping up with what people how they want to drink them nowadays, they like to drink them as early as possible. Keep in mind when the style came out, people weren't drinking them like that. They were taking a while to get to where they were going, so people were letting them malt out a little bit during that course of the voyage as well, as they went from England over to India. But that does hit the back of the throat nicely, and that bitter feel comes into play on the finish. You get that hoppiness of the beer, but a very decent IPA from Beer Man here. One of the nice, cleaner, crisp ones that I've had in a while. Kind of reminds me of some of the things you would see from Sierra Nevada. So if you're a Sierra Nevada fan, and the way they have some of their beers are more of a little bit of the throwback compared to what other people are doing nowadays for the most part. It does have that kind of quality to it, which I like to have from time to time. So nothing wrong with a good classic, right? And this one hits them nicely on a classic West Coast IPA. Again, Vicious Mosquito from Sunriver Brewing Company. Thanks again, Beer Man, my man out in Oregon, hooking it up there. So definitely appreciate that. And let me check some of the comments here. You guys have definitely been getting going a little bit, so I gotta pull them back up. Go back. Alice says you're always here. To Erie, I believe. Eric Gilbert drinking a wee scotch. I do like a nice scotch type ale. So which one are you drinking there, Eric, as well? Alice, I think you like Rod more than me. You know in his lives before I do. LOL. She's got me in a high alert. I mean, Erie does know most of the time. Erie is, if not first, within the first two or three, usually within the broadcast. Usually it's her and Vanessa usually in pretty quick. Michelle, Sparkle Supreme Queen, she's usually in pretty quick as well. So, I love that they pop in. They got their stuff all checked and ready to rock and roll. And Michelle says hello to Alan. Headache tonight, but I'll survive here, he said. Oh, sorry you got a headache. Hopefully you'll be able to rest and get through the headache there with no problem. Erie says, I'm on the up and up with the cool people, Alan. You should try it. I can't wait till we get Erie on some more broadcasts. We got to get Erie in some more stuff. I need to have a show where it's just Erie and Shannon and just let them do everything because that would be freaking awesome. I am one of the cool people at the D&D table. Hey, I played a little D&D back in the day. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Mountain Rain, cheers. Thanks for coming in. She came by to say hi, say hello, give some love, and hit the like. I appreciate that. And you guys haven't checked out Mountain Rain, make sure you check out her channel as well. We actually met through Blake TV over there on his channel. Another great person that's here in the chat. And then Eclectic says hello to Mountain. BeerVentures, I'm eating tacos for dinner because it's Taco Tuesday. A lot of people like to celebrate Taco Tuesday. Tacos aren't a bad thing. I would say the one thing, if it was when it came out, when Hillary was running against Donald for the election, they were saying if Hillary wins, there'd be a taco truck on every corner. A lot of people were like okay with that if they had taco trucks in every corner. I would love to have I love to have tacos. I had tacos last week, and usually within every couple of weeks or so, I like to enjoy some nice tacos. I mean, good tacos that you may not, just going to Taco Bell with some nice, decent tacos that you can actually put together. Always enjoy that. I gotten to the point now though, because I go to Chipotle and these other places, Hothead Burritos, some of these other burrito spots, I'm more into the bowl now. So when I do have tacos, I actually break it up the shell and put them in a bowl and putting everything on top of it. So I kind of still eat it in the bowl thing, but I mean, it still started as a taco, kind of. LMAO, well, Alan, think you took a wrong turn. um, Eclectic Beard, hi, Johan. So Mountain Rain says hello. Whoop Whoop Beer Man. Yeah, Beer Man is solid. Beer Man is the man for sure. He's been streaming like crazy too. I need to get, and I like my background, but even seeing Beer Man's background, it's like he's sitting on the throne there now, which is pretty awesome. LML, is the world ready for that? We could take over YouTube. I told if you and Shannon did a show together, you guys probably would take over YouTube. I just want to be there to host it. You guys can be the front people. I'll just be there to host it and get the people in. I'll just handle the marketing and get people for you guys. It would be a great. It would probably set the world off its axis. It would be just that big of a YouTube show. Big cheers from Mountain Rain hitting the. Crigalachi, 17-year-old, so good and going quick. So it's going down pretty smooth there for Gilbert. I still need to get up on my whiskey game. My whiskey game is not there at all by any means. Then Michelle says, yum. Making me hungry talking about food, lol. Yeah, that could happen. If you ever see me stream Mountain on Friday night, it actually gets a little bad because I'm streaming and doing the beer, but I'm usually watching dinner drive-ins and dives and talking about what they're doing on the show at points. And I end up getting myself hungry because I watch Guy Fieri go through all these different foods, which he goes to these places. I guess he only takes like a bite or two when he's at these spots because he should be really fat if he's eating all the stuff they give him. He should have been like the guy that was on Man vs. World, that Adam Rich that had to quit because he got too fat. So I don't even think about it being Tuesday and we had tacos. It's Tunis. What's going on, my friends? I would eat taco every day, but she needs a break every. Oh, Tunis with the punchline. He's always got the punchline. What is going on, Steven? Cheers, my friend. And Mountain said, LOL, LOL. So yeah, funny stuff there. Tunis always drops in with some of the best lines. I don't know who his writer is. He can write comedy for some of the other YouTubers that seem to struggle in their comedy. That's how funny Tunis is as well. Sparkle says, I love Guy. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He's actually been to Cincinnati here a few times. I haven't met him, but we have a Greek festival every year, and he comes there because he's Greek. He's been there a few times where he's actually cooked and done stuff there too, and part of the thing there. But yeah, I went to his restaurant when I was in Mexico at the airport there, flying back. Ended up they gave me a free mug because apparently I spent enough in the airport, not realizing I was getting kind of screwed because it was all pretty much in pesos and I wasn't really computing it. But anyway, probably the most expensive mug I got. But food was good. The recipes were solid. And even the waitress had said, if you'd got this at the regular downtown spot in Cancun, it would have been half the price than what you got at the airport. But when in Rome, you're in Rome. So what are you going to do? He lies, LOL. We tried perfectly franks and blah. He's just putting everything out there. But this will probably be, well, I was going to say it might be one of the few IPAs I have for a bit of time because I have so many stouts and Belgian beers I have to actually get through downstairs, and I do have some Scotch ales down there. I got some barley wines, but then I was like, we finally got the Sierra Nevada 40th anniversary here, so I'll probably pick up either a 6-pack of that or 22 or something. But I do have to get through some of the other beers I actually have here that I want to get through for sure. He was spot on with the tattooed moose. That was amazing. Hey, what's happening, Jeremy? Cheers, my friend. And he says cheers to the chat as well. Good to see you, brother. Decided to go ahead and do a beer review tonight. I put up a little question on the community tab, and people responded with thumbs up to go ahead and do a thing tonight since we weren't doing Alan's over the Eclectic Beard. Alan had a great show earlier today with Blake over on Blake TV. They did the B&A show at 1 o'clock, which if you haven't seen Blake TV, make sure you check out Blake TV as well. He does some great things. Had me dying during the broadcast. I got to watch half of it back later on when I was cooking dinner because I was working when they were doing it at 1 o'clock. But highly entertaining, very good stuff. It was funny. I put a comment on there. I don't know if you saw it or not, but you were talking about how big of a Bulls fan you were back in the day. I mean, it wasn't like he was a superstar, but Corey Blunt used to be a client of mine that I actually had when I was selling insurance. So never got to meet him. Met his fiance. I dealt with his agency out of Chicago for a lot of the stuff, but still, he was a client. So if I drove. If a dove is the bird of love, it's a swallow the bird of true love. You saying the swallows going the distance then? And then Steve said, "What's up, Jeremy? Hey, what's happening, Nave? What is going on? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you. Doing fine tonight. How are you doing? I think everybody's doing pretty good. How's it going where you're at tonight out there? Kind of crazy right now. So they're going through the weather forecast. And we're still kind of, we're like high 30s going back into 40s this week, although it's cloudy, so it's keeping it cool. But by Sunday, this is crazy. We're supposed to be at 60 degrees. This is in Cincinnati, where usually in February we have snow and stuff like that. But we're going to be 60 degrees, and we're going to actually have a record right now, the way things are looking, as the least snowiness ever January. So I'm okay because I'm not a huge fan of snow. Some people are upset because they haven't seen snow. I mean, I don't tell you, you can move more north and move to Canada, but I'm kind of happy not with having the snow. Obviously, a little bit concerned about climate stuff happening, but I'll probably be dead by that when that takes place. Cheers, Jeremy, Steven, and Nave from the Eclectic. Be honest, Rod, what do you see when you turn the Bulls logo upside down? I did not see anything until today when Alan and Blake did that, which blew my mind. And there was the robot reading a book. I had never noticed that before. That was kind of a cool thing. A couple years ago, we were doing something where we did experiments on different things you actually observe. And here's a question for you. Have you ever seen the arrow in the FedEx logo? If you've never seen the arrow in the FedEx logo, look at the FedEx logo, and once you actually find it, you'll never look at it again without seeing the arrow. Which is kind of a nice subliminal way because they're on the go taking your packages, but they put the arrow in there subliminally to hit on you that they're basically pretty much a service, I guess, taking your packages where they need to go. It's kind of a neat little thing they played it. Jeremy said, cheers, Erie, Nay, Tuna, Sparkles, the Eclectic Beard. And then Supreme, back to Jeremy, cheers. And then Steven said, Alan, what's up? It's chilly and damp, mild winter, even by local standards. And then Steven said the Mandela effect. There's a Mandela effect? I don't think I've seen that before. But I have seen the Mothman prophecy. Stories of the Mothman around the country. Anytime you, what is that with History Channel anyway? Like History Channel by day is like history, and by night it gets into alien and weird type stuff. Our friends are live tonight with a unique name for once. Like the Amazon Smile, A to Z. Yeah, I mean, they do have that in there. It's kind of just putting these symbols kind of hidden into the writing. Look at the Tostito emblem. Do you see the two eating chips? Now I gotta look at the Tostitos emblem. I have not noticed that about Tostitos, so let me see. I can see what they look like there. Oh yeah, in the middle. Yeah. I've noticed that at the T's, but it's like one chip they're fighting over above the dip. That's pretty cool. Good eye. As we used to say in baseball. Good eye. You know, batter, no batter, swing batter. Hey, what's happening? Blake is in the house. Cheers, brother. How's that bear holding up, my friend? And then Alan said, cheers to Blake. Tuna cheers to Blake. Supreme cheers to Blake. Everybody loves Blake. And he says, cheers, fam. So, yeah, I was just hyping up your show, Blake. You and Alan killed it today. From the parts I've seen, I still got to watch the second half of it, but you guys had me cracking up on stuff. So, and to some of the stuff Alan was saying, I know where Alan's coming from because I too have had some things that kind of reappeared on other stuff as well. We all know that. But hey, oh shoot, it's Blake. Shoot, all my favorite YouTubers up in this stream now. Yeah. Just like A&E, no arts or entertainment. Oh yeah, yeah, no arts or entertainment on A&E. Well, then again, it was MTV that really started after a point because they stopped playing music on MTV as well. Um, Check my Instagram. I sent you a pic. Did you now? Let me take a look here. Oh, that is awesome. So Sparkle sent me a pic of her uncle with Bobby Flay in a picture. Yeah, that is awesome. We actually have one of Bobby Flay's restaurants here in Cincinnati, in our casino. It's like the burger place he actually does. He always seems like a pretty cool guy on TV as well. I would always mind not beating like Gordon Ramsay. I get a kick out of watching Gordon Ramsay. Of course, my wife, she says that's because I'm an asshole half the time. But I think Gordon Ramsay's pretty funny. I like him. He's direct. He gets stuff done. And actually, in college, catered back in the day as well. And when you're around chefs, everything has to be set a certain way for everything to be pulled off, right? So they have to manage everything to the time and for what it needs. And so, yeah, they're a little more direct, and time does matter. Someone sent this man some Zima if you can find Erie. That's not cool. Not cool at all. You can't find any more Zima. All the Zima is seltzer now. The Zima is seltzer. You guys think you're drinking something different, but you're not. They just carbonated it more. Mandela effect is people remembering things that never happened. Like Luke, I'm your father. Star Wars was never said. Well, oh, okay. He didn't say Luke, I'm your father. I was pretty sure he said Luke, I'm your father. Of course, I was never using a Star Wars, and I just assumed that was the case. Interesting. I blame it on time slips and such, Steven. My homie Epstein brought me here. I don't think your homie Epstein can take you anywhere right now. Blake TV only has shows with a bear on it. Blake and his bear. Wouldn't that be a great title for one of his segments? Blake and his bear. The simulation argument. Low DMs keep updating the game and messing things up. Yeah. I was watching, speaking of games, I was watching a basketball game earlier. And actually, Virginia ended up getting a win against Florida State. I thought Florida State would take them out, but that helps out Virginia a lot, especially as they get into talking about the tournament next month. But I was watching some of the officials, and it's like, when is the official going too far when they become a part of the game? It's like they sit there calling a foul. Instead of calling it a foul, they do like some type of shenanigan type acting type thing. Like they're over dramatic about it. It's just like call the foul. You don't want to be part of the best officials. You don't know who they are because they're not part of the game. And I was like watching this guy call stuff out, and so the crowd could cheer louder. And it's like, dude, this is not WWE. Just make the call. The Bears, my personal protection. No one has harassed me since I hired him. Hash brown truth rod. That man gonna leave Blake hanging. I see. That was what I was thinking, Erie, but I didn't say it. But thanks for coming in and slam dunking it. When he said that was the same thing I was going to say there. True that. I think Doctor Who failed to save the Earth one time, and we are all in an alternate universe now. Could be, or are we in the Matrix? Maybe are we stuck in the Matrix and we're actually asleep and none of us are awake? Because people do have deja vu, and that's a sign you're in the Matrix. Hey, okay, Supreme Michelle, I will talk to you later. Have a great night. Get some rest. Thanks for swinging by, my friend. I like Blake and his bear. Pew, pew, pew. Steven, that's how we ended up with Elon Musk. When I was a kid, back in the day, I used to like Doctor Who. I think it was Tom Chambers was the guy I used to watch. That was the doctor at that point. My wife, she still loves Doctor Who. She's watching it, all through the season. She's watched it ever since she started watching it. So, but I think it's like the longest running series anywhere now, in any country, and it does have some relevancy in some of the storylines. So, I just kind of just fell out of it some. Everybody says goodnight to Sparkles. Hash Brown Slam Donkey. Have ones. Do you spell Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer? Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer? It's Mayer. And my baloney has a first name. I read an article about how people believe in alternate universe. It could, you never know. Nobody never knows really until, they know. It's like a Yogi Berra saying or something. You don't know till you know. That will be a Yogi Berra type saying. I wondered if we all are strapped down in the insane asylum, and when we see too much, we get dosed again heavier. What if we're all like someone's dream at some point? Maybe we're like in somebody else's mind. That would be interesting. Hey, what's happening, Jonathan? Cheers. Good morning. Yeah, you are over there in the UK just having breakfast. Are you having a breakfast stout, Jonathan? Another great channel to check out. If you guys haven't seen Jonathan, Northern Southern Beer Reviews, he's one of the guys out in the UK who's been doing beer reviews for a good amount of time. Always has some fun type videos. He does some live Q&A, so make sure you check out Northern Southern Beer Reviews as well. I think you'll be pleased with some of the stuff he's actually doing there also. I got Doctor Who's Fight album on vinyl, the original. Ooh. Well, Alan, for that comment, you need to be strapped down. It's going to get crazy over there. Eerie and eclectic, strapping things. Speaking of which, where's Vanessa if we're strapping stuff down? Everyone remembers the Berenstein Bears, but it's actually the Berenstein. I thought it was the Bernstein Bears. It's actually the Bernstein Bears, Steven said. I thought it was like BERN. And then Blake said, cheers to Northern Southern. And maybe I already am strapped down. That was in that article, Steven. We're all on Shutter Island. Good movie, Shutter Island. Some of us kind of enjoy being strapped down. Alan, don't judge me. Yeah, Tunis is like, where you? I'm all right. I'm good. I'll be here for all day. Tunis is like the time Dave Chappelle did Tyrone Bigham, and he went on Fear Factor, and he laid in a tank with all the maggots and stuff, reading the paper like everybody else was out of the contest, but he stayed in it the whole time because he was comfortable. I do miss the Dave Chappelle show. That was some funny stuff. LMAO, you mentioned it, and she shall come. Oh, she usually does. She's usually here, so she might be actually. I know she had stopped for a while, but I think her brother's car broke down again, so she might be picking him up at the yard up there. Or, I don't know how the weather is up there. It might be snowed somewhere where she's away, but I know she usually will pop in. Jeremy, something Northern Southern Beer Reviews. Very nice. There you go. So, yeah, make sure you guys are checking everybody out. If you haven't checked out Jeremy as well, check out Jeremy's channel, although I think he's going to be putting up more stuff going forward here. And if you haven't checked out the Eclectic Beard and Alan, I don't know which one you want me to say. Alan's got 3 different channels now, but the main one he's under, the Eclectic Beard right now. He does a lot of different things, looking at the cars and the trucks, I believe, on this one, but he also has the reaction video channel where he does a lot of video reactions, which are pretty cool. And he has a gaming channel, but all under the Eclectic Beard. So make sure you show Alan some love there. And check out Tunis too, because you see how funny Tunis is, so that's why you should check him out alone. Love Dave Chappelle. He isn't afraid of pissing off anyone. No, he's not afraid of doing that, and that's kind of, there was a retrospective on some of the comedians of today. I forgot who did it, but they were talking about Dave Chappelle, how he's not afraid to walk that line when he needs to walk in. He's not afraid. He's like, it's comedy, and there's things out there that he's going to push the buttons on. He does it in such a way, he's just always welcomed and appreciated for it. Hey, Shannon, what is going on? I was just talking about you earlier. Look, Erie, it's Shannon in the chat now. I told Erie I'm going to have a show with just Shannon and Erie, and it's going to be awesome. Blake says cheers to Shannon, and Alan said cheers, Shannon, and Jeremy says hi, Shannon. So, Shannon is, of course, Todd's other half. Todd and Shannon are on the Beer Flow show when we do everything Thursday. And I sent a thing to Todd earlier, Shannon, for him to keep an eye on stuff because I know you guys are planning to go to Jamaica in a few weeks, and they had that earthquake that just happened down there at that 7.1 or 7.6. I can't remember the exact number. It was over 7 though, and now they got tsunami warnings. So I told Todd to keep an eye on that. Hopefully things clear up and you guys are cleared to go. But this kind of sucks that just happened right now. As Jesse Smollett bit was like, yeah, his his juicy. Yeah, that was pretty funny. People criticize him for it, but he was actually pretty funny. And here he says, "Hey Shannon," so yeah. And then Blake says, "Hell yes, do that, Rod. It would be awesome. I think it would be awesome to get a show with Erie and Shannon. It would just be like the world according to Erie and Shannon is what I would title it, and just let them spew about everything. It would be like the Peter Griffin episode on Family Guy when he was doing What Grinds My Gears, when he was doing that segment. It would just be awesome because I know they'd have some great takes on everything. 7.7 was the earthquake over there. So crazy, just crazy how much stuff is happening right now around the world with different things, earthquakes and fires and floods. And I mean, I'm not a religious guy, but there's times I'm thinking maybe I should go read that other part of the Bible again. They say they felt it in Miami, some evacuation. Yeah, Miami had felt it. The epicenter was right between Cuba and Jamaica. And yeah, they felt some of that stuff there. Obviously, the big thing now is any follow up for tsunami type stuff. So they were showing some of the places where the water was splashing up and stuff like that from everything. But just crazy. The original Doctor Who premiered the same day as John F. Kennedy's assassination. Oh, did not know that. There's a factoid. Y'all see after the earthquake, they found a warehouse full of hurricane disaster supplies for the U.S. and Red Cross. Uh, well, yeah, but um, you're talking about a few weeks ago, right, Alan? Because that's when they found that stuff there that we sent to Puerto Rico. I didn't see anything in Jamaica, though. Shasta hated Erie, LMFO, Hashtown, Hash Brown, grind my gears. I think we need to get all the beer reviews together in a place with unlimited imports and a stripper pole. That would bring in people. Well, there are some things that are put together where there are people that do a lot of stuff for collaborations and get together. I was actually invited last year to go up to Massive Beer Reviews, his bottle share. I didn't get a chance to go up there, which is not good timing for me. But if you haven't checked out Matt from Massive Beer Reviews, he does some pretty good stuff. But he had No Hype Beer Reviews there. He had Joe from the Beer Patrol. They had, I think, Nerd Sense came out. So they had a lot of guys that are out there. So I think there's more and more of that stuff kind of happening now. But it's great. I know when I had Todd here and I had Eric down and Joe, we had a blast going out and doing stuff. Hey, Dolly, how you doing this evening? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you as always. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice glass of quick strawberry milk. You'd have to be selective of which one. Some will run off the viewers regardless of strippers. Yeah. Oh, Dolly and Beanie. Blake says, cheers. The Penn student does not have the coronavirus. No, but we actually have 2 cases right now in Ohio at Miami University where 2 students came back from China and they're being quarantined. Here's the funny thing. So the student comes back. One of the students, she's Chinese, and they're interviewing her on the news. And so the school was not wanting them to make a panic of anything. And this is at Miami of Oxford. But she's wearing one of the masks. Like out in the open, just wearing a mask with her regular clothes on, kind of stuff. And I'm like, she's wearing a mask giving an interview about how she's, like, how does that cause a panic when you see people out there wearing a mask that just got back from China? I mean, that's going to freak some people out in itself. So, but they've been selling some masks up there, and one of the girls they showed, she picked up like 9 or 10 of them for her volleyball team up at Miami. So we got cases up there they're investigating and some other spots, but I think the last number I saw, there's been 100 deaths, and the exposed has been, I want to say around 4,600 or so. So percentage wise, I haven't worked the number, but 100 that dies out of 4,600 is a pretty good sized number for most of the things that would happen with these type of diseases. That's when it benefits to work from home and not having to go anywhere and be around people and not pick up anything like that. Hopefully, the wife doesn't bring anything back, but she's pretty selective when she's at work too. So, um, let me see here. And let me go back up here. Seems to be a stripper comment. And the one stripper would break people faster than the unlimited beers. She's paying for college, going through a divorce, and has 5 kids. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy and Blake, I have a new channel. Yeah, so make sure you check out Dolly's new channel. And that's why you see, like, scrolling across my screen over here. Well, you can't see my hand because over there, but right there, it says latest and newest subscriber, Dolly and Beanie, because she set up a new channel and then resubscribed back to this one. Boss is going to Montego Bay this Sunday. Is he still going? Because, I'm just saying, they kind of just had a earthquake and they're under tsunami warning. He might want to think about that trip. LMAO, we will run out all of your stream time. It will be awesome now. Nah, I mean, I'd have to cut you guys off so you can come back because I wouldn't when you give everything to all the people at one time. I'd have to bring you back, so I'd just get enough, give them an appetite, and then we would bring you back for more. You can't give them everything, so which I may end up getting a thing. One of my friends, I actually have a referral thing, which I didn't even know about. He asked me about it before, but I know he had done it. But on StreamYard, you can actually refer your email to people that might be interested in it, and if they actually do the StreamYard, they will get $10 off their first month, but you will get $25 off of your month as a credit for bringing them in. So if you're on StreamYard and you got friends that are looking at it, if you go under the billing part, there's an email you can send to them. If they sign up for their YouTube channel or whatever, you will actually get credit your way as well, so they can keep a few dollars in your pocket. So I've actually got a month credit in there right now, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm going to use it at some point here, and then there'll be just like a ton of streams at that point that I'll be unlimited when I do that month. And I think hopefully I may start that this weekend or whatever, because I still got to push to 4,000. I think last time I looked, I'm at 3386, so I still need about 700 more hours. And so that means I need to get up and get in front of more people, I guess. I can tell you, I'm not eating Chinese food anytime soon. LOL. Well, what is Chinese food here? It's not from over there. Dolly and Beanie said this one. So yeah, make sure you hit the dot next to Dolly and Beanie to check out her new channel. Remember bird flu, West Nile? Yeah, same thing. Just sub to your new one, Dolly. I wear a mask every day. People are cool with it. Yeah, some people do that, and I've seen people around here that have done masks and stuff like that. But it's just funny because it was at the college university, and the administration is like, we don't want people to get in a panic. They're trying to downplay it. I'm like, well, the person you got back from China is interviewing in a mask in the middle of your campus. I'm sure people are noticing. I'm sure people are probably panicking. So it's kind of like the sense elevator didn't make it to the top on that one, I don't think. I'm sorry, but my mind gets suspicious whenever some new virus comes out that is suddenly infecting everyone. I mean, coronavirus has been around forever. Why so deadly Sunday? Suddenly, maybe it's a trigger. Maybe something in the trigger that something has changed or whatever. It's kind of interesting. There was a book I read. I talked about it on one of the shows previously. Great book. I forgot what the name of it is, but it was talking about a virus, basically taking out people here, and it was because over years we've took in a certain type of chemical, whatever, through the food supply we had, and then when it was time to activate it, the terror group had put something into the system, and that cut everything on, and that's what started to kill the people. You just never know. I mean, a lot of concerns out there for a lot of stuff, I guess. But you can't go through your life worrying about every little thing either. Blake said, got you, Dolly. So Blake got you there on the channel. Seasonal flu kills more people than coronavirus has in a similar time frame. Let's see. So yeah, so you got that happening. Well, this year they came out and said they gave the wrong flu strain for some of the shots. Although I haven't had the flu in a long time, so but I know friends that have had it. And it sucks from what they told me. I have a weak immune system and I'm an asthmatic. So yeah, so for you it makes sense to definitely have the mask for sure. And then China also keeps different stats on those diseases than the U.S. Can't really compare data. No, but the one thing like the Chinese has said, and we haven't like verified on our end, is that they said the symptoms you can actually be contagious before the symptoms show up with the coronavirus. They were saying, and we haven't confirmed that on our end. But if that's the case, then that's another issue there as well too. So it's not even when you get it, the symptoms that you're contagious before you even show the symptoms. It could be something, which that would be kind of crazy. Um, Thanks, brother. Yeah, I always appreciate the likes button being smashed. Those thumbs up. What's up, Todd? Cheers, my friend. What is going on, brother? I was just talking to Shannon and telling her I told you, keep an eye out there for Jamaican stuff with everything happening. Dolly said, got you, Blake and Jeremy. That's how it is. Get out there, make some new friends. Check out everybody here in the stream. Check out everybody's channel. A lot of good people here, so definitely want to get around. I'm unpollinated and then pollinate again just to see my name scroll across. You're gonna unpollinate and then pollinate back. I got you. Oh, then Dolly says, Todd, how's Shannon? Shannon's here, Dolly. Didn't you see Shannon? Shoot, why didn't they do that before I started my StreamYard? Did you end up starting the StreamYard then? Well, if you didn't pay for it and it's free, it's when you actually do a pay subscription. So if you haven't paid for it, like if Alan was to give you a thing on your StreamYard account, you would actually get $10 off for your first month. He would get 25 off for his month. So if you do want to pay, you guys will get a discount there as well. Todd says, "Hey Dolly, she's good." Beer, y'all do that. Y'all do that. Me and Todd would have to do a stream so we could talk without interruption. I'm just kidding. Oh, Alan, you might be headed for the couch tonight, my friend. Nope, I'll straight jack your stream just to interrupt you. Chinese people visiting home, getting their corona beer virus, and coming back cooking food for you. That's what I'm talking about. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, we will find out about the boss's trip tomorrow. I'm just thinking it might be kind of crazy down there anyway that they may not want people to come in right now while they're getting stuff sorted. Um, he probably will have to double check that. Hey, what's going on, Foamy Head down in Texas? Cheers, my friend. I think you guys are getting a lot of rain down to that area, I believe, from what I saw. Real ale brewing, real heavy Scotch ale. Cheers. Nice. Another one. Garrett Gilbert had a Scotch ale earlier tonight. Steven, you have a good point. Is what Dolly also said. Blake said cats don't taste like chicken. Well, that would be one of the few animals that don't taste like chicken. I kind of always hate when people say it tastes like chicken. It's kind of like, well, then just have chicken. If everything tastes like chicken, then you don't need anything besides chicken. Um, it's like the fried bologna sandwich, which I still haven't had. Still haven't had it, but then people say it tastes like a hot dog. Well, then I'll just have a hot dog. I don't need the fried bologna sandwich. What is that? Oh, Blake TV. Subscribe. Blake, did you do that just so you can see your name scroll across the screen? I know you did, you son of a bitch. I know you did it because you want to see your name go across there and see the alert come up. They do if you click it like the Chinese, Blake. Oh, we see, shoot, Jeremy. I ain't feeling great, and we had Chinese the other day. Mr. Beer, what would you guys have to talk about then? Is what Shannon said. And Erie, LOL. I'm sure you're fine. Fear factor. Here's a scary thing. Give me your money, and I will save you. Oh, the chat is lit. No clue. Might sit and look at cameras since we don't get a chance to talk. Otherwise, I'm just kidding, of course. Oh, there's some humor in there from everybody, so everybody's laughing. But Dolly says Shannon in the house, and Dolly is Shannon's #1 fan, I believe. And you at the pollinating thing. John Taylor's in the house. What is going on? John says cheers. Blake says cheers to John. Eclectic Beer says cheers to John. Jeremy, that is why I never ate Chinese food until the boss asked me to go with him and get pho, which I like some pho. It's good. I mean, we got a good restaurant here that does a good job. I have never gotten sick from anything, so well from that. I don't even know if I had food poisoning before. Well, when I was sick a few weeks ago, my wife was sick. She thought we may have gotten food poisoning. And actually, that was at a Chinese restaurant. Now I think about it, and it's actually a really good. It's like the best Chinese restaurant in Cincinnati. and they got like 150 beers there. But she's like does not want to go there now because she's worried she got that there. And I'm like, if that comes out of the food selection, I mean, that hurts. I mean, because you can't go there and just drink beer and not get hungry at some point. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. Do I go back and test it just to make sure? And then if I'm sick again, that'll confirm it. But that would suck. Um, Thanks for subscribing, Blake. Stream Element said thanks for subscribing. It's a Stream Element. My bot was saying thank you for subscribing. That's funny. He is sick now. Jeremy says got you two Stream Elements. Oh, that's funny. Let me see here. I gotta go back up. I'm scrolling too quickly on this damn thing. Let's see. And then I got down here. Stream Elements, keep up the awesome content, Blake. Jeremy, hashtag pray for Erie and Dolly. Blake says Jeremy, yes. Thank you, Jeremy, good looking. And Karen, thank you, Mr. 25. Mr. 25 in the house. Breaking news, look at the newest sub. Oh, Blake, I know you did it just to get your name up there. Everything will kill you, so choose something fun. That's really right. Choose something fun. That way you go out your way. Looks good, donut. Hash brown, the champion. Blake, you weren't even the full champion. You were split like the old days before the BCS. You were co-champ with the Eclectic Beard. And to the panel, yes, I know he's married. I got a fiance. Doesn't hurt to look. Oh, here we go, Dolly. Oh, you gotta watch out for her sometimes. But anybody else drinking on anything tonight? Sipping on anything? Or just chilling and laying back? Got the Duke game on right now. They're playing Pittsburgh. Duke's not having all great a year either. Like 16-3, which is still a pretty good record. But for Duke, it's kind of like that's all you're at 16-3 right now. You're supposed to be like maybe one loss, if that. I don't have to take this LMAO. Blake got a participation trophy. If only. If only. I still question some of the scoring. Hey, what's happening? John Seller, welcome. Thanks for being a new subscriber here. Appreciate it. And Blake, don't go out there messing around just so your name's up there again. Alice said, just chilling. I feel like Dolly and Beanie felt last night. What the hell's going on? Something in the air, I guess. I mean, I was thinking at one point more people were getting sick because of the changes taking place. But then when you're seeing some of the other stuff happening, I don't know. Blake, how's the teddy bear? People worried about that bear, Blake. Her name ain't Brun no more. That bear's already knocked up, Dolly. Jam up the Mash Collective Arts Brewing Dry Hop Sour. Oh, very nice. Now, see, I haven't had a sour in a bit of time. I need to get some more sours as well. I do miss getting some of those. I need to go over to Urban Artifact, which is one of our local ones here, but they're quickly becoming known around the country for their sour beers, and they're damn solid. Blake says, cheers to John Seiler. And Jeremy said, cool, John. And Dolly and Beanie, Erie. Seems I told the bear to blink twice if it needed help, but it just smiles back at me. Weird. He's saying it ain't his, though. Oh. Steven is right where it wants to be. That bear, we got to worry about that bear at Blake's house. I mean, we already saw what happened when Alan and Blake got together and they gave us Cutie, so. Just unbearable. Oh, where's the drum roll on that one, Jeremy? Where's the drum roll on that one? The bear needs child support. Blake, at the Eclectic Beer Game and you have some weird friends. Yeah. I know, buddy. How's the bear? Oh, yeah. If you haven't checked out, if you're into the gaming as well, I mean, I got the gaming channel I talk about as well. But Alan has the eclectic beer gaming that you can also check out the stuff he's actually doing that as well. We don't speak of that. Oops. Bear TV coming soon. First episode, Grin and Barrett. Cutie is the shiz. Yeah. Cutie is a man in his own world. That's for sure. Awesome. Just can't come on with any wearing any bras anymore. Oh man. Well, tomorrow is Hump Day, so midweek, which is great. Yes, he is. Right? Yeah, he's his own captain for sure. Tomorrow's Hump Day. I'm trying to think. Wednesday. I'm trying to think if anybody has anything going on Wednesday night. If you guys have anything going on your channel, feel free to share that as well. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's much on Wednesday. We'll have the Beer Flow show on Thursdays. Blake has Friday Night Throwdown on Fridays. Um, I don't know who's doing something tomorrow. Jeremy, are you doing something tomorrow? Are you doing Triple Threat or something tomorrow night? Jeremy might be doing something on his channel for Wednesday nights. I think the last game played was the original Final Fantasy on Nintendo. LOL. Yeah, that was a while back. You know, definitely no bras, right? Dogs that look like a teddy bear. Where the heck is Cutie? I don't know. If you say his name like 3 times, he shows up. It's kind of like Bloody Mary. Um, Crazy stuff going on all over the world. I agree, Todd. It's just freaky. It's just all the stuff that's just happening right now. I don't know. Like I said, what is that? Revelations is the one in the Bible that has that chapter about all the stuff happening. I haven't read it since I went to Catholic school years ago. But every time I read it in Catholic school, I'd be like, I got a question about this part. And they don't like the kids with the questions as much in Catholic school, I found out. Lots of people on his, but I have a pic. A cutie wearing nothing but a flower pot, lol. Nobody wants that image, Tunis. Nobody wants that image. Oh, Lord, the people on his boat, if they have to jump off, have yet to jump off, yeah. Oh. And then we just hear about it these days. In the past, we some heard of all the news. Yeah, I mean, in the past, you had to basically go out and dig the news to find it, what was going on in places. But now with everything, it comes to you. So very true for sure. Started playing Mario 3 again on NES. My reaction time has slowed down a lot. Well, is it the game or is it because you were doing something while you were playing Mario 3? Because I think something else may be slowing down your reaction time. At the same time, you might be getting hungry from it as well. That's just my prognosis there, Blake. I'm just saying there might be something else involved there. Dolly says, I'm scared, guys. I need that teddy. Right, Nave? Too much information for sure. Nobody wants to hear about that. I mean, he kind of just ruined it for that whole teapot song from back in the day, knowing that he was just there with one teapot. You'll never sing I'm a Little Teapot the same way again if you get a picture of Cutie wearing it. I guarantee it. Nobody wants that image in their head. Oh, man. The bear was up. Never mind. I tell you what, last night I caught up on the Outsider. I watched the 4th episode. My God, that's a great show. That show right now is sick. I'm so glad I got a show I can check that out and watch. And I love Stephen King stuff anyway, but they are just nailing it. If you got HBO and you're not watching Outsider, you're missing a great show. Cheers, Elbow in the house. What is going on, my friend? The YouTube algorithm is working. I see Rajay is live on my suggested videos. All right, all right, all right. Well, thanks for jumping in, brother. Elbow 88. Check him out as well down there in Florida, who actually he did his first beer review, which was awesome. So if you haven't seen Elbow do his first beer review, make sure you check him out there and check out some of the music that he's putting on the synthesizer as well. Bamboo in the house. What is going on? Cheers, Rod, and everyone. Dolly, the Nave, Blake, Todd, Beer, Jeremy. Yeah, you're hitting them all. Elbow, Steven, bless up. Yeah, check out Bamboo as well. Bamboo, who's rooting for his 49ers this weekend. And he has his channel, some great stuff. He actually has, and I think you're still doing it every day, but on this day in history series he was doing on there, which is pretty awesome, on the different stats and facts he was sharing. So great channel, especially if you're a history person. Make sure you're checking out Bamboo as well. Blake said I'm a little teapot, short and stout. I don't think you're gonna be a little teapot around Cutie though. Beer says cheers to elbow. And damn it, this thing just jumps around quickly. And says what's up to Bamboo. Nate says what's up to Bamboo. And Erie says hello to Bamboo. And Blake the elbow. By the way, Blake, I was talking about you in the Matthews family stream, and he said he would check you out, so you might get a hit from them. LOL. Well, nice. It's all about sharing. All about sharing. Um, Dolly says, but we need interaction with humans. What if media makes more paranoia? I'm sure we will get sideswept in the masses. Do we need more interaction with humans? I actually kind of like my alone time at times. I mean, that's just me. I kind of like being peaceful and being able to get away from shit when I need to. One of our other buddies here, Brad, Bottom Dollar Outdoors, we were talking about that. He did a video and how he had all this land where he was at, where he can get out. And I was like, it has to be great to get a place where you can get away from people when you want. And he definitely agreed as well. So, and Erie said, I need a new show. Erie, come on over. I'll give you a show. I'll get you streamed up. We'll do something. I'm telling you, you and Shannon, we will get it rocking. Very true. News travels quick. I heard that Blake got a big bear bodyguard on Twitter first. Better on Twitter than on Tinder. Game says, Lady Mayo, Jeremy. Elbow cheers, gang. Awesome piano song, my friend. Blake said to Elbow. Very nice. And there's another musician there as well checking out your stuff, Elbow. So that's always awesome and cool. And if you haven't checked out Blake Elbow, which you probably have, but he's got the music stuff and he's putting up some great covers. And also Jeremy plays guitar and stuff too. So check out Jeremy there as well. I would do a beer review, but my beer is clear. It comes in mason jars and will kill you if you down too much. LOL. I haven't heard of many moonshine channels out there. That'd be kind of interesting. I mean, you may get a knock at the door if you did. So you don't do a moonshine channel, but you have to shoot it from in the woods. Would be awesome. Tip you over and hear you shout out if Cutie is around, Blake. Thanks for the sub, Dolly. Now I just need content to watch. Oh, the elbow said thanks to Blake as well. Blake says chat is lit. Where's our 6'3" dominatrix? I don't know. Vanessa's not here. She's usually here. So I'm thinking she's probably running around doing something. Or she's making something. She does so many different things. And right now she's finishing the fire pit, which is supposed to be done by April. She's finishing the leather cup holder. She's pretty much got them done. She was doing the 3D design on them. But then she told me after she gets the fire pit done, next thing they're doing, they're building a forge there as well. So she's got a ton of activities taking place. But yeah, Vanessa Ali absent is what Gaiman had said. Alan. And heck yeah, smash that like. Appreciate it. I kind of like Vanessa. Gotta watch her, but I like her. If you check out her Instagram of Vanessa M. Kitty, she has a lot of cool stuff on there as well. I'm an attention hog, need people. Who would tell me I'm pretty? Who, Dolly? Who? Who would tell you that? Dolly needs attention. I want to start watching it. Todd said, a person is great, people are crazy. Get too many together, and I think their collective IQ drops like 50 points. Yeah, well, depending, yeah, you get together, and it becomes at a point, maybe like a herd mentality or so. I like being individual and off from stuff. I like, if everybody's going that way, I like going that way. So, RK Selection Theory, Steven, they said, and man, I wish I was over 6 feet. That must be majestical. Well, Dolly, how tall are you again? Because I mean, it's different for a woman, right? I mean, I'm 6'1" as a guy. Actually, 6'1" as a guy now, it's not even that tall in my mind. It's I got friends that are taller than me, so. Um, Hey, what's happening, Captain Hook? Who you voted for in November? Don't know. Don't know. Depends who's left in there, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see. At some point, you have to wonder if it even makes a difference between the two, and if they're too close or too similar, which usually ends up happening. You gotta get a moderate conservative or a moderate liberal, but so far out, all kinds of things can be happening before that time. If we keep killing it, Rod J can't keep up. Rod J can always keep up, Blake. Cheers to Captain Hook from Blake as well. Captain Hook, I'm voting Yang. Yeah, you're big Yang. Yeah, actually, Yang just made the next debate, so which is huge because he hasn't been in the last, I think, one or two maybe, but he just got over the bar he needed to for the next debate, which will be pretty interesting. And Yang brings some good qualities to the race. I'm all about like the science and the STEM type stuff, which he's major into, but then some of the plans and stuff he kind of has ideas on would be interesting. But the thing that I wonder how much he would actually be able to get stuff done with the Congress and stuff, which may have to be a little bit more of a flip there too. So we'll see. I know here in Kentucky, it's looking like Mitch is in trouble possibly in November. So that's going to be an interesting race here because that'll tell a big tale of what may be happening. Let me see here. Nave, you are awesome. Blake said, Todd, make that jerky video. Yeah, Todd, you were supposed to make a video doing the meat thing. So that would be a good idea for Todd's channel to start out. Going back up here. At this rate, he will catch up to the chat by March 10th. I know, right? You guys are starting to slam some stuff in there now. Yang and the Mang. And I like that I see a lot of LOLs and LAML because that tells me everybody's having a good time. So I'm glad you guys are all laughing and having fun. Todd said I should. Yeah, Todd, you should for sure make that video. The Collective Beers said that's horrible. I don't know why the Collective Beers said it was horrible, though. I'm writing in my own name in November. I know damn well I can do better than any of these career politicians. Well, it could be a possibility. Stephen Tunis for 2020. There you go. Tunis 2020. I should be pres. Just saying. Blake as president. What would that be like? Let's come back and discuss that. Todd says you have his vote though. Free tacos on Sunday. Okay, good start. Good start. Trump 2020. Nah, I'm not voting Trump 2020. That's for sure. Nationwide. LOL. Captain Hook as opposed to who? Trump, Bernie, Warren. Six or of one half a dozen or the other. Love your vids. Keep it up, Rob. Well, thanks, Captain Hook. I appreciate it. And thanks for swinging in. And, I say with the voter thing, I'm just not a huge Trump person because there's other stuff that kind of turns me off with Trump. But, I mean, there's also some stuff that I will say that Trump has done that doesn't get as much publicity in politics because of, I guess you can say, the media type bias or so, however you want to frame it up. So there have been some programs that have definitely been some good things as well. But he just turns me off in a way. And I grew up in New Jersey. I grew up seeing a lot of stuff he had done when he was up on the Northeast. And I know about stuff out here in Cincinnati where he had been sued and actually lost his first case out here for discrimination back in the day. And it's just stuff that turns me off with Trump. So obviously people can learn and change down the line. I just don't. I get a mob feel with him a lot of the time. So it'll be interesting. I mean, the thing is, the key is always one. You got to know your local politics because all politics are local. So it starts where you're actually at, and then as it builds out from that point, you have to just find out what the operating system is going forward, and you have to adjust to it. I've done okay under Republican president. I've done okay under Democratic presidents. It's a matter of making the adjustments that need to be made. So for me, at a point, it's almost like just tell me what the rules are and I'll adjust to them or who we're dealing with type situation. But there are people that, depending on where you're at, you get hurt by some of the different people that might be in office too. So I've just been fortunate. Sometimes I think people may miss the position of where they're at being okay, not realizing other people that may not be okay. So people have to have their considerations when they go in there to vote and go from there. Although it comes down to the electorate for the most part. For me, I think it's only like 6 states that really make a difference the way everybody's landlocked in now. So we'll see what happens. Let me see here. Todd is second in command. It says Blake. Remember Martin Luther King? He was a Republican, my brother. Nope. Not true. Martin Luther King was not a Republican. Martin Luther King never signed on to either party. He was fully independent. Never joined a Republican. He was conservative in his views, but he never signed on as a Republican or a Democrat. Um, and actually, Martin Luther King took over the church that was actually ran by my cousin when he became a pastor and stuff too. So yeah, I'm pretty up to speed on some of the Martin Luther King type stuff. Open band night every Saturday for the White House. Vote for me. Well, who's playing? Don't have me come in there and to be Smash Mouth tunist. I'm going to not be happy if Smash Mouth is playing. Um, and then Blake says, "Hell yeah, Steven." Now, if you get Blake's band to play, then yeah, we're definitely on board with that for sure. Steven is third in command. LMAO. Dolly says her hair makes her 5'2". Yes, so Dolly is a short little thing. Um, Nobody will beat Trump. I can't wait to see him win again in 2020. Never can say nobody. Stephen and Cutie, 2020. That would be an interesting ticket as Blake laughs at that. Yeah, that would be something to see for sure. Great Mosquito economics. McKay Jr. was Republican. I already answered he wasn't a Republican. Blake, you have my vote. I'm not going to lie. If elected, I'll be putting a stripper pole in the Oval. Just saying. From when friends come over, right? MLK was more socialist than Republican. Don't get that twisted, right? You're right there, Alan. Definitely. Scary. You're assuming wrong, clutching beer. No, he was more socialist than actually that. MLK believed in UBI, correct. BeerVentures for press, free Razorback games for everyone if he is present. Why would you want to go to a Razorback game? Now, why would you want to put yourself in torture? What? You know what? I'll take what do they do? The waterboarding rather than watch a Razorback game. No, I'm just messing with you, Blake. Steven, I wouldn't mind. Don't forget, sexy people get 50% discount on everything. 50% on everything, like a Rod J deal. Hook, bruh, I'll argue you're, at my point, better than you, not the place to start. Well, since they play like crap, Blake, suppose it should already be free. Erie, that would be the team to have for free for sure. Hook's up in Cleveland. Very nice. Some good beers out of Cleveland as well. Also used to date a black woman. Who's to date a black woman? Don't get it twisted. The eclectic beer gaming. I have no idea what the dating comes in. Fifth in command, Erie, LMAO. I know I would lose one voter for re-election. I would write an executive order that each state can only have one team in the NCAA tourney, and we all know Auburn is it. LOL. Oh, he said the Auburn word, Alan. He said the Auburn word. I'm gonna let that sit right there on that one. Good point, LMAO. Like said, well, I'll take back your team stuff for fifth in command. No, Hook, you're already down that. Trust me, the minute he said he was Republican. Pittsburgh looking like they may beat Duke. Yeah, I was watching that here as well. Pittsburgh, they got a nice team this year. So they started out good. They kind of fell a little bit, but they are bouncing back. I promise we'll get the Backstreet Boys at least once a month just for you. Well, gee, thanks. I appreciate that. Politics, sports, and religion. How do we sink so low? You never know where it's going to drive. I'm on the road, Nave, and I follow to see where the street takes us. But that's the fun thing about learning different things about different people and see where we end up at when we go. Let me see here. Was it Blake Spare? Question mark, Jeremy said. And Freak Trump. NY votes on Blake and Steven. Let them fight for number one. There you go, Dolly. Blake Spare is pretty low. You vote in Blake for president, Dolly. LOL. Blake says Blake and Bear 2020. That's okay. 45 more years before your next football title, Steven. Smiling back about the Auburn there. Yes, Jeremy, he feels the pain of the people, especially shorties. I guess Blake does feel the pain of the shorties as well. And LOL Allen, I see you, Dolly. LOL. Pogo sticks for everyone. Jeremy says pogo sticks, Rogo sticks. Jeremy Vincent, and it's not March 10th, but I did get to the end of the chat there. So you guys had some fiery comments in there. I like it. Everybody was involved and stuff. But like I said, yeah, I mean that's one of the big misnomers that MLK was actually Republican, which was not the case. It's kind of interesting. He didn't believe in siding on with any of the party. He was more of an ish type person, but he was definitely more socialist in some of the stuff as well, more activist. And really, if you look at the speech before he was assassinated, he was really hitting on a lot of those virtues that took place too. And some people feel that's what led to the assassination when it came out. Let Congress vote on things by duel. Everyone gets a taser. Whoever's standing gets the last vote. Well, if they go old school duel, they all get that one gun and they go out there and they stand and they turn and they shoot. I mean, that's how Aaron Burr took out Alexander Hamilton, right? It's March 9th. March 9th is my birthday. So that'd be a good weekend because March 6th and 7th is the Cincy Beer Fest. So Todd and Shannon will be up for the Beer Fest on the 7th. Eric will be down hopefully, and then if we can try to get Joe down here, we'll have a blast for that as well. Drink some beers, and then I'm gonna just sleep through my birthday probably. March 9th, oh my God, Steven, that is genius. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting if our Congress was like, say, the Parliament like over in the Philippines, where they like go to fist fighting on stuff. I mean, they get bad at each other. They're going right at each other, and they let them go too. Blake says, great job, my friend. Jerry said, okay. Sorry, Blake. Stephen QD gets my vote. Much love, Rajay. And Chad, it's bedtime for me. I got to work in the morning. Well, thanks for being here, Erie, and always appreciate you. And sooner or later, I'm going to get you on my channel. I'm going to get you and Shannon, and we're going to do something fun for sure. Have a great night there. Why do we always have to think of people as Republican or Democrat? Why can't we just see people who hold different views? Well, that's because our Constitution is kind of set up with the two-party type system, and the laws and all kind of stuff favor a two-party system. I mean, it'd be nice if everybody was just look at views, but I think that's the thing we talked about earlier. Was get a bunch of people together, they start to fall into herd mentality as well. I love to see old dudes get punched. Why, Dolly? Don't be violent. Don't be violent. Happy early birthday. Well, that's really early, Blake. Preston Books, Kane being in Congress, 1856. Take care, Erie. Have a great night, Jeremy said. And Blake said, good night to Erie. Thanks for watching, and good night as well to Erie. Yeah, back then, it was tough, definitely different. Well, that's when they used to ride people out on the rail, too. Remember, they have the elections, and that saying, ride them out on the rail, when someone was getting booed off a stage or whatever, or they didn't want him anymore up there. They come in with the rail, and the guys would throw him on the rail and take him out of the hall where he was trying to politic. So, taking off. Good night, and see everyone in the Beer Flow shows. Yes, indeed, Todd. Have a great night, brother. Thanks for swinging by, and 2 nights we'll have the Beer Flow show rolling. There should be a sexy division. Nave said later, Todd. And Blake said, cheers, Todd. Thanks for joining for me. He said, I'm back on the channel. Now having a new Belgian Voodoo Ranger Starship IPA. Cheers. I do need to check that beer out. I have not picked that one up or saw that one yet. That's the one, Voodoo Ranger, I have not got my hands on. Tuna said, I'm going to make Rod the Secretary of Alcohol. Sold! I will take that position. And then Blake said, LOL, Steven. Yeah. We don't need the Bureau of ATF anymore. It'll just be Rod over everything. Just, A weed on every what do you say, mature adult that wants it can get weed. So it'd be like, you want weed, you get weed. Like Oprah, you get weed, you get weed, you get weed. And they don't have to worry about anybody doing the meth or any of the other stuff because they just have weed. They'll be fine. Like it used to be. They didn't have to try to create drugs. They could just kick back and relax. And then, having that, everybody will have the Taco Bells or the tacos where they can get tacos as well. For when the weed gets them, they have tacos. Yeah, we do have to think of them as crooked Democrats, crooked Republican, instead of just thinking of them as crooked equally. Well, I always said, like, if you have the Republican and you have the Democrat, it's kind of like, I had to joke around, like, either one's going to give it to you from the front or one's going to give it to you from the back. But sooner or you're going to get it from one of them. So it's just, do you want it up front or do you want it from the back? That's pretty much my point of view, Jeremy. It tastes good. Approve it. And he says, Blake says, hell yeah to Jeremy as well. So, um, yeah, the whole thing is, it's politics. It's just, it is what it is. So, but, you look at different areas where you're at in your area, like where I'm at here, it doesn't really come up that much for a lot of politics. Like, there's not a lot of issues that really happen. Everything's like a nice local type community and stuff. Now, if you go over to Cincinnati, they have different things that happen over there that are very political. Um, so I don't know. It always depends on what's around you and what you're actually seeing. That's why I say the politics are always local and kind of start from there. And if you're in an area that has issues, then you've got to become more involved politically to get things fixed. If you're in an area that's doing fine, you don't see the need for politics as much. So it all depends on that point of view of where you're at. Jeremy, for president, Congress needs hotties. Dolly, cool it, Dolly. Relax, relax. Don't scare Jeremy away. The only substantial difference between the two parties is which part of your life they control and which foreign nation gets bombed in the rubble. Well, you kind of think that, Nave, but both of them have bombed countries in the rubble. It's kind of like, we had the stuff more recently, of course, with W in Iraq, but it's not like Obama didn't bomb a lot of stuff either. So both parties do it. We've made a lot of money off the war machine. Um, Great documentary if you ever want to watch it. I think it's a pretty good documentary. It's called Why We Fight, and it talks about the American military complex. Has like different things when Eisenhower speaking and the buildup of the American complex, and it explains why we get into a lot of the different wars and stuff that we do. I mean, it's kind of almost as American as apple pie for us to be in some type of conflict every few years. Um, the two-party mentality is just another way to keep us divided, not paying attention to see what they do. Yeah, there's a point to that as well. I vote for everyone on this panel because they make me laugh. Well, there you go. If everybody just laughs, it'd be a lot better world, wouldn't it? Just laugh and enjoy yourself. Oh, I believe you me, Dolly, I would be a horrible president. But the parties would be great, Jeremy. I know you'd have some great kick-ass parties. We kick back with some of that salted caramel alcohol that you had there. That would be good to start things off. We'd have all kinds of things happening. That Crown Royal, which I still haven't picked that up yet. That's okay, Jeremy. Most presidents are not that great, so at least it should be pleasing to the eyes. Big ugly socket to do the thinking work. Oh, Dolly. Dolly's in rare form tonight, everybody. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, man. I would be assassinated within an hour. My first speech would be all of our troops are coming home. And if you want aid from us, come and tell me why we should give it to you. Obama tried that, Dolly, so did GW. Is that getting the ugly vice president? Oh, man. Yeah. Well, we definitely have too many of our troops out there extended, and it's kind of interesting. It's kind of gotten downplayed, and I'm not getting into a lot of the politic type stuff. But one thing that did hurt me recently is the whole bombing that took place and how Trump said what he said about the soldiers and the head traumas that took place, and nobody had backlash about it really. And it's like, you got the soldiers out there, and they're starting to come up with these different things, which take a while to actually come into play. And it downplayed like the soldiers just had headaches. I just thought that was terrible. I don't think any commander in chief should do anything like that. That downplays the importance of the soldiers that are out there and literally attacks them verbally in a way that's kind of like, oh, just suck it up. Especially when it's a president that took 5 times to avoid even going into battle. But none of the people in the GOP said anything about it, which was kind of definite. And there was one leading Christian authority did write about it and said that was an issue. So it's just interesting, but it's one of those things. What does that mean? Cutie is my VP would be the cute one or the smart one? Either of those might be the scary aspect, Steven. The cutie would not be allowed to wear a bra to a press conference. You got to make that rule if you bring him on as VP. No bras at the press conference. Yeah. It's kind of. I just saw the one team. I guess Pitt. All of them had number 8 on today for their shirts over their jersey, which was pretty cool. Obviously, for Kobe that died yesterday. Pick a brainy dude to be the sidekick and a ball player for president or Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is too short to be president. Legalize legal tobacco, make the country a lot of money, quit being the world's policeman all the time, and eat tacos, Wendy burgers, and chicken wings. Just saying. Yeah. What kind of chicken wings? Now I have to text him and ask a hard question to see if he gets it right. Duke is rolling. Yeah, Duke is putting this game away. It's actually over now. It's up by 12 with just 11 seconds left, which I didn't realize. But yeah, they took care of business. But even then, they're ranked number 9, which you used to see Duke like in the top 5. So Blake with sexy people get discounts. Blake might make you work the poll to show how sexy you are if it gets put into the White House. Illegally is weed everywhere but Arkansas. Everyone needs to move out of there anyway. No love for Arkansas? Arkansas can't have any weed? That's terrible. Not only of course, but not the Jeremy level of discounts. Oh, man. Jeremy, or as I call him, Baby Elvis. Good guy. Jeremy's a good guy. Colorado. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give this baby shut down. It's been a great time tonight. I'm glad everybody chimed in. Look, everybody had a little bit of steam to release tonight and had fun sharing all the different stuff here. Of course, talking about the beer earlier on. Dolly has one more thing there. And Blake, if you're president, ban all the nasty clerk people at Wally's. She's hating on the Wally's people. But make sure you guys check out everybody else's, stuff here as well. As I mentioned, you got Blake, and you've got Dolly's got her stuff. You got Jeremy Vincent. You got Eclectic Beard or Eclectic Gaming. Either of those that he has there in the chat, you can check out if you like the gaming. Obviously, the gaming does a little bit more there. Steven Tunis, Foamy Head, everybody here, awesome people. Nave, Blast, always great. Spend some time with you guys here. I didn't know if I was going to do something tonight or not. I was kind of like when we said we weren't going to do the Eclectic Beer Show. I was kind of like, oh, maybe I'll take the night off as well. And then a few of you thumbs up to do a beer thing and said, oh, we'll see where we're going. And now it's almost an hour and a half later or whatever, and it's been a great time. So definitely appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's always good to get out here and laugh, so I'm glad you guys laughed along the way as well. Hopefully you guys like the background. I keep working on the different background I have here on the screen, so try to do some different stuff as I mess around with OBS, which has been kind of fun. And that's really all I got tonight. So I'm going to go ahead, shut it down. Thanks for everybody jumping in. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Hopefully you have a great hump day tomorrow and get off on the right foot. And I look forward to possibly catching you back again tomorrow evening, depending on what else is going on. I would like to try to do something of a more regular rotation. So if I do these, probably around 9 will be that time, just so you're aware as well. Because that's when we do the beer flow anyway on Thursdays, and I keep everything around the same time. That makes it a little more easier, of course. Thanks again. I look forward to catching you guys soon. Have a great day tomorrow. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Cheers, everybody. Go out there and get your beer on.